Hey, good morning, my third grade friends. How are you guys doing today? So it's Tuesday, November 3rd, Election Day, actually, in America. And yesterday, I did not have anything up on the PE homepage. But the reason for that is we are now changing the PE schedule starting in the second quarter. And I don't know, I can't tell you for sure it will hold this way through the rest of the year, but I do know that for the second quarter, this is the way the schedule is going to be. It's that we have PE on Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. And so forget the previous schedule. And I want to tell you a little bit about what's coming in the second quarter. Okay. So first, uh, we're going to identify each of those 3 days with a specific theme. On Wednesday is going to be the day that we do the regular PE curriculum. That means the word curriculum means the things that we are supposed to teach you guys. We have bosses. I have a boss, which is Mrs. Hill and Mr. Stevens, and they have bosses, which is the Pinellas County School District. And the Pinellas County School District, which oversees all the schools, they give us what's called a curriculum. It's like a plan for what to teach to every grade through the years so that by the time you become a senior in high school and graduate, everything's been covered. If there isn't a plan, you just hope that the teachers do the right thing, but you can't make sure of it. Well, when there's a plan like we have called a curriculum, there's no guessing about it. We know that everything's covered. So we have things that we're supposed to teach you when you're in third grade. Okay? And then we'll have other things to teach you in fourth grade and other things in fifth grade and so on down the line. Now, when they give us this curriculum, they give us 3 days each week to cover the things that are in that week's curriculum. They give us 3 days to do it. But I'm going to take those 3 days and I'm going to crunch them into one day. Now, the reason we can do that is because when you're here at school and you come to PE class, we do things like warming up to music. We do things like practicing or playing games that involve the skills and things that we're learning. We do things like free time. And all of that stuff takes up time. But it's time that we aren't spending here when you're at home because there's no who are you going to play capture the flag with? Who are you going to play? Who are you going to do free time with? I mean, you do free time all the time when you're at home anyway, so there's no reason to do it while we're in PE class. So that's why I've been able to teach you so many of these other cool things like these interviews and some of the other cool things that we've done because I have extra time to work with. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all the stuff that I'm supposed to teach you in a week and I'm going to put it all into one lesson. And that lesson is going to always be on Wednesday. So Wednesday is the day when we cover the curriculum. But the great thing about that is that leaves Thursday and Friday open so that we can do extra stuff. Now, the extra stuff is all things that are covered under what's called the Florida Sunshine State Standards. The Florida Sunshine State Standards tell us the things that we are supposed to cover in teaching you PE, grade by grade. But what I've done is I've gone into the standards. I've picked some standards to work on, some individual standards here and there, and put together interesting different lessons for you that are extra beyond the curriculum. Some of those have been those interviews that you've been watching, and Thursday is going to be interview day. Now, you may have noticed in the last couple of interviews that I have begun to get a little better at using Nearpod to break up the interview into little chunks. So like when we had the Lisa Romanova interview, like Lisa would talk for 2 minutes and then we would break it up and do something different. Or we saw that little film of Lisa's crew team at the College of Charleston. Then we went back to some more words from Lisa, then went back to some exercises, and over to here and over to there and back to Lisa. So I've been able to become better and better at presenting these interviews to you, but also adding extra things that support the interview. So in other words, if I would just put on a tape of me talking to somebody for 30 minutes, that would be okay. That would be fine. But you might get bored with it after a while. Probably you're bored with me already on this video because I've been talking quite a while. Sorry about that. I'll try to speed things up. So anyway, so Thursday is going to be interview day. I've got some great interviews in the bank already, and I can't wait to show them to you. Friday is going to be live day, when you and I are going to meet live, as we have been doing. And I've got some cool things to teach you on Fridays that go along with our theme of the 20th kid. I'm really, really excited about this. It's one thing for me to say to you, okay, you should be the 20th kid. All right? So let's say that in your mind, your thought is, okay, fine, I want to be the 20th kid. Now what? Well, the next question is, how do I become the 20th kid? What things should I do? Coach, give me more than just telling me to be the 20th kid. Well, a lot of the stuff I'm going to cover with you on Fridays are things that you already know because your parents teach you really good, smart stuff on how to live and how to think and how to be a good person and how to be a smart person, how to be a person that makes the most of the opportunities that are given to you. But your parents rely on the support of us here at school to help them. Because let's face it, if kids hear their parents say something, but their parents are the only ones that are saying it, and no one else says it, that's one thing. But let's say kids hear their parents say it, then they hear their teachers say it, then they hear this person say it, and that person say it, and that person say it, and that person say it. The kid grows up thinking, well, that must be the way to do it. Everybody's talking about this stuff, not just my parents. Now, if it was just your parents, that's all that needs to say it. You'd listen to your parents, even if they're the only ones saying what they're saying, because your parents are your parents. But you're smart kids. You know what's right and what's wrong and what's good and what's bad, and you have the ability to judge those things. And we're going to help you and your parents with this whole challenge of growing up, and that is going to take place on Fridays. So Wednesday is the curriculum day, Thursday is interview day, Friday is our live sessions. Let's call it the 20th kid day. Okay? To remind you, what does the 20th kid mean? Well, it's like this. Kids tend to think the same as each other. They what does that person think? What does that think? Okay, well, that's what I think. But the 20th kid, you see, we think of like, what if there's a group of 20 kids? Are they all going to think exactly the same? Or is there at least one kid that's going to say, wait a minute, what about this? Or have we thought of it this way? Or hold on a second, did you see that thing over there? Or the 20th kid is the person that makes sure to look at things from all sides, to listen to all sides, to not just automatically fall into line with all the other 19 kids. Now, most of the time you will fall into line with all the other 19 kids because most of the time the other 19 kids are right. But you have to make sure to be your own person, make your own decisions based on what you know is right. And that's what the 20th kid does. So that's what we're going to be doing on Fridays. And we're going to be doing it all within the context of PE, within the context of games and sports and that stuff. So and practice and skills, learning how to become better at things. So I'm super, super excited to be doing this with you. I've been teaching many, many years, and I've never gotten a chance to do something this cool by talking to kids directly on the computer like this. So in a way, this virus has given us an opportunity to explore new ways of doing school, and that is fun and that is cool. Okay? Look at this. Here, here. Work on this. Got it? All right. Love you guys. I'll see you in the Wednesday lesson. Adios, amigos.